Good morning, everyone. It's Sal Warner. How you all doing? And welcome to another episode of Breaking Dawn. Good morning. I hope everyone is having a fantastic morning, afternoon, evening, night, whatever it is, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for joining me on this stream, guys. Before I start, please could I ask us a very, very nice, simple, polite request. Please could you subscribe and please could you smash a like on the video. That'd be absolutely fantastic. Now, it has been a crazy 24 hours, hasn't it, really, in regards to Manchester United. We had the disappointment of Manchester City yesterday, which obviously hurt. Obviously, it does hurt, even though it's a friendly, kind of friendly anyway, but it did really hurt, didn't it? We didn't want to lose that game. We should have won it, to be fair. We should have won the game, to be fair, let's be honest. And then we had the news, the good news. Before that, we had the news about Manchester United, De Ligt and Mazraoui, double deal ready to be completed next week. It's amazing news in regards to Manchester United. Let's forget about the defeat on penalties. Good morning. How you doing, my friend? Ivovo, how you doing? Good to see you here again. Nice to see you. And at the end of the day, we have to remain positive because there's a lot of noises coming out of Manchester United that are really, really positive. In regards to Mazraoui and De Ligt, the deals should be completed tomorrow or Tuesday. So those deals I've done. Good morning. How you doing, Maria? Nice and early morning for us, isn't it? We're the early birds. Early birds catch the worm and all that. Yeah, at the end of the day, Kenny, how you doing? Long time, bruv. What's going on? It's a friendly Sal, not hurt by the loss. It's all about the Fulham, man. Yeah, mate, absolutely, Kenny, absolutely. But we don't like losing to City, and especially me. I get a lot of tweets, right? And at the end of the day, I get a lot of Man City banter and stuff like that. And I'm not a big fan of Man City, as you can morning. Good morning, Sunday. How you doing? How's Italy? How you doing, bruv? I hope you're doing well. Dabishish, good morning, my friend. How you doing? Good to see you here as well. Yeah, so we just digested the defeat anyway. It was a penalty shootout defeat anyway. It doesn't really matter much. Fulham is the biggest game, as Kenny, my friend, said. It is the biggest game of this week. But let's talk about the potential of having De Ligt and Mazraoui in the Manchester United squad by tomorrow or Tuesday. Absolutely great news. I'm not too sure what's going on with De Ligt's court case or whatever it was with the hit and run, of course, but I'm sure they'll sort that out, and I'm sure that he will be a Manchester United player by tomorrow or Tuesday. Well, I'm hoping he is at the end of the day. This isn't the only deal Manchester United are trying to do. Manchester United are also trying to get a midfielder and trying to get a left-sided centre-back, left-back in the squad as well. Now, Manchester United could hijack Brighton's efforts to get Ferdy Kadioglu. Brighton are very interested in Ferdy Kadioglu of Fenerbahce, of course, the Turkish international, very good player, left-sided centre-back, left-back, left-right-back, wing-back, great player. I would be happy if Man United got that deal done. He's so versatile. I'd be over the moon. But if that deal doesn't go through, Manchester United will strike a free transfer deal for Hermoso of Atletico Madrid. Now, there's either one or the other. Manchester United, I don't believe, will sign two. One will be there, one or the other. But there's Hermoso and Kadioglu. So there's a high chance that Manchester United could have a new left-back, left-sided centre-back in the mix very, very soon, which is great news for Manchester United because we need that balance within our squad. We need that balance within our team. It'd be great to have a left-sided centre-back, left-back in our squad. So Hermoso or Kadioglu are the options for Manchester United going forward. Now, Manchester United are not dead in the water when it comes to Ugarte. Manchester United still want Ugarte. They're still fighting for Ugarte in regards to that. Yeah, it's Australia City fans. Yeah, well, they're glory hunters, the City fans in Australia. Yeah, we would do. Yesterday, Rashford wasn't up for the team yesterday. Well, what can we say about Rashford? Kevin, how you doing, Kelvin? Sorry, Kelvin, how you doing? Lose your hat, he's useless. lots of obviously anger at some of the players. Of course, it was disappointing. Some of the performances yesterday I'm going to touch on in a minute. But it's no surprise, to be honest with you. You can't teach an old dog new tricks, as I've always said. You cannot change the spots on a leopard, as Roy Keane famously said. But Manchester United, in a positive, Manchester United are after Kadioglu, but Hermoso is a backup option for Kadioglu. So Hermoso or Kadioglu could be coming in next week. Amazing news. And there could be 2 or 3 players in by this time next week. We could have 2 or 3 players in, but that won't be the end. Just because the season starts doesn't mean Man United will finish their business. Until the transfer window is shut, Manchester United will continue their business And in regards to midfielders, Manchester United are still fighting for Ugarte. They're still fighting to get him over the line. If he doesn't get over the line, of course they have Sander Berg, who's an option, and Rabiot, who's an option. They could have a free transfer for Rabiot. Of course, Sander Berg will fetch about 20 to 30 million. This is the Manchester United tax we're talking about. But in my opinion, I believe Manchester United will strike a deal with Ugarte. I hope so, because he's the one player that I've been talking about and praising for the last few weeks and stuff. So at the end of the day, yeah, we hope that we get a midfielder. It's very important. Rashford should have finished that chance. Rashford had 2 fantastic chances, mate. 2 fantastic chances. Rashford, and we're talking about like top level elite football. Someone said to me last night that oh, you can't expect a striker to score every game. Mate, this guy's on 350 grand a week. We can. If you need to score 1 in 2, he had 2 fantastic opportunities. Look, when you think about the FA Cup a year ago, not a year ago, but a few months ago, Mainu had exactly the same chance as Rashford. What happened? Mainu put it in the back of the net. Are you from Dubai, Rainbow? Good to see you, Rainbow. You're from Dubai. Salute, salam alaikum, my friend. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well, my friend. I can't read Arabic, but much love to you, brother. I'm in Abu Dhabi at the moment, so I'm not too far from you, my friend. I was in Dubai not long ago, a week ago actually. I was in Dubai. So lovely place of the world, great place to live, great people, everything fantastic over here, of course. But in regards to ruthlessness, Manchester United do need that element of ruthlessness. They don't have it. And we need to fix that, because the next season, if this is, look, for example, if that was the Fulham game, I'd be a lot more angry, of course, if we miss chances like that and we end up drawing the game, or God forbid, losing the game. If we miss chances like that, because those chances were absolutely nailed on goals. You know, you're a striker, you're on 350 grand a week. Garnacho would have put that in the back of the net. If Garnacho was on the other end, he would have put it in the back of the net. It's as simple as that. Definitely. Irfan, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Rashford has to perform. Something is wrong. When he played 2 seasons ago, he was outstanding. Yeah, but this is the whole point with Rashford, isn't it? Good morning, William. Mason Mount was not also in the game. Yeah, another one. He's got to prove himself this season. I told him. New member, Rainbow. How you doing, my friend? Thank you, Rainbow, by the way. Thank you, my brother. Thank you, Aki. Thank you very much for doing that. I really, really appreciate it. But at the end of the day, we have to be ruthless. We cannot be a charity case. We cannot be carrying these players every single season out, carrying these players, guys. We cannot be doing that, because at the end of the day, we need to challenge for the title. And that's our aspiration at the end of the day. And if you're missing chances like that, you can't be missing chances like that. But good news is that Manchester United are getting moving in regards to transfers. They are getting going in regards to transfers. And De Ligt and Mazraoui is a start. If we get a Kadioglu, Hamaso through the door as well, and an Ugarte, that would be absolutely amazing. Now, the surprise signing in regards to Manchester United. Manchester United could sign a striker. Now, this striker is heavily said to be Ivan Toney. Even Toney obviously would be a fantastic signing, a great striker, of course, scores goals, presence, personality. That could be United's surprise signing. Now, who knows what could happen between now and the end of the transfer window, but what is certain, Manchester United have a number of players on their list that they want and they're desperate to get hold of. And listen, if they do get Mazraoui and De Ligt through the door, get a left back through the door, get a midfielder and a striker, you have to praise Ineos at the end of the day. If they can do that, that'd be an absolutely brilliant transfer window as a first transfer window. Of course, we got January as well and next summer coming, so there's a lot of chance that this could happen. Now, yes, Kenny, I was going to come on to that because I've just read the news today. I've just been speaking to someone in regards to Evan Ferguson. Evan Ferguson is the one that is on Manchester United's list of Brighton Hove Albion. Very good player, young player, versatile, quick. It reminds me a little bit of Wayne Rooney. I like the player a lot. His transfer fee will be very, very high. Now, this surprise signing that I've been talking about, like, I think it'll be a forward. I believe it'll be Ivan Toney. But it also could be Evan Ferguson, as Kenny, my friend, just said. It could be Evan Ferguson. Now, either one would be great signings, great in attacking third, but I would like a more centre forward sort of player. Evan Ferguson's more of he drifts in, false number 9 kind of player, you know, can play on the wings as well. We got that stacked, but at the end of the day, I would rather even Tony. Even Tony is a big one that you'll be hearing a lot about, and also Evan Ferguson. But I think Evan Ferguson won't come. I think that will be probably at the end of next season. He'll probably leave Brighton or Alvin. Amas and Garnacho have to start. Yeah, Ahmed and Garnacho have to start the Fulham game 100%. The wingers should be Ahmed and Garnacho. No question about it. We cannot keep carrying Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford is not performing. If you don't perform, you shouldn't play. It's as simple as that. This is how football works. If you don't perform, you don't play. It's as simple as that. Mawaya, Bruno Fernandes is the best 100% fit. Yeah, he played okay yesterday, to be honest. He had some good touches. He had a goal disallowed. It's a brilliant goal if it was allowed. Delicta Mazuri will travel for me. Yes, exactly, King. My King. What's going on, brother? I hope you're doing well. At the end of the day, Delicta and Mazuri are Manchester United players, more or less. Let's not get carried away, but let's say that they're Manchester United players. Now, we have the whole of next week to get another player in. We have a whole of the rest of the transfer window to get other players in. I believe Manchester United will get some players in, and they will get more players in, not just Mazuri and Delicta. You could see the squad is weak. I mean, people don't understand how Evans looked dead on his feet. Evans looked like he's finished, didn't he? He didn't look fit at all. Maguire couldn't play 45 minutes. He got come off at half time. It's madness, isn't it? I meant to say Ahmad. Yeah, I know. Ahmad and Garnacho should be our wingers next season. 100% agree with you, mate. Bruno and Casemiro played so well yesterday. Fantastic. And one thing about Casemiro as well, he looked really fit. Did you see him? You could tell from his cheekbones, the guy looked really fit. He looked fit and brilliant, because if we get a midfielder in and we have a fit Casemiro, you can't lose. Casemiro's a fantastic player. You can't lose at the end of the day. Good morning, agree with you. Tony, better option. Tony would be a fantastic option for Manchester United. A very, very strong striker. Presence, experience as well, which is key. We got a lot of strikers. We've got Ahmed, we've got Garnacho, we've got Rasmus, we've got Zirkzee. Not experienced enough. We do need experience within the mix up front. We do need an experienced striker. Tony would be that experienced striker, and he, of course, he's proven he can score 20 plus goals a season for a small team like Brighton. So imagine what he can do with at Man United. You know, he would be a great signing, of course. But Manchester United could go after Evan Ferguson as well. It remains to be seen, but there is a surprise in coming up. Don't worry about that. There's going to be a surprise for Man United. Two signings Monday and Tuesday. Probably Monday and Tuesday. Mazraoui, Delicta. I say that we will get another player in. We will get a left back in. Whether it's Kadioglu, whether it's Hermoso, those are the two left backs, left-sided centre backs that Manchester United are after desperately. Of course, Manchester United wanted the Jared Branthwaite. Jared Branthwaite is off the table because of his because at the end of the day, the price tag. They put the price tag so high on Jared Branthwaite. I don't think we can afford him at the moment, which is sad, really, because he's a great player, but very raw, and he's not worth that. I look like I'm from the UAE. I'm mixed race, mate. I was born in London. I'm born in East London to an Asian dad and a white mother. So that's probably why I look Arab. When I go to Turkey, people think I look Turkey. I think I'm on a neutral colour. So, you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I get away and people think I'm from loads of places. Getting in a new striker would be bad for the development of... Yeah, well, it could work both ways, my friend, Avovo. At the end of the day, strikers can learn from each other, and you can never have too many strikers. Zirkzee, I would class him as a false number 9. He said himself that he's a creative player. He's not a goal scorer. He said it himself, Zirkzee. So we need a prolific goal scorer. So Rasmus can play every other game. Tony can play every other game, and you can rotate, because there's like 60, 70 games in the season, guys. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, there's never too many strikers. I remember we had Dwight York, Andy Cole, Teddy Sheringham, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer at one stage. 4 very good strikers, world class, some would say, strikers. So you can never have enough, of course, strikers. But I live in the UAE at the moment. I've been here for 2 years, Rainbow. been here for 2 years now. So we're back. So how long you been in the UAE? You from the UAE? Are you an Emirati? Let me know. Absolutely, yeah. So at the end of the day, we got some positive news coming out of Manchester United, which is great this season. You know, this window is getting better as it goes along now. The next week will be a very, very important week, of course. We will know a lot. And before the Fulham game, there can either be huge enthusiasm or negativity. It's one of the two with Manchester United. There's never in between. It's either huge enthusiasm or it's a lot of negativity at the end of the day. And I think there will be huge enthusiasm in regards to Manchester United. I think we have De Ligt in. I think we'll have Managerial in. And I think we'll have a transfer almost complete as well. I think there'll be 3. I think 3 signings will be almost completed. Well, I think 2 will be completed and 1 more will be almost completed by Friday. So at the end of the day, I think that will be a fantastic window for Manchester United. I think that will be brilliant for Manchester United at the end of the day. If we could bring in a midfielder and 2 defenders. I do believe we'll bring in a Hamaso or Kadioglu. I believe they will be coming to Manchester United, which would be amazing. Would be amazing, wouldn't it? Actually, we need a left back. Can't depend on Luke Shaw. Yep, we need to attack. I would prefer Rashford play striker or substitute. Rashford's not good enough as a striker. He doesn't hold up the ball well. He doesn't link up play. He's just not that player as a striker, in my opinion, to be honest. Rashford needs to go. What do you think? Well, this is one question that many people have been posing to me in regards to Marcus Rashford. Let me try to drink of water. Yeah, in regards to Marcus Rashford, this is one problem. Lots of people do want Marcus Rashford out, and I was one of the guys who said that we should cash in on Marcus Rashford now. I believe we should cash in on Marcus Rashford. We can get good money for him. All the money will go towards the transfer fund, of course, because he's a youth player. You know, I just feel like the time is, we held on to players too long. In my opinion, I feel like we're just holding on to these players too long, and they end up running down their contracts. I mean, if we didn't give him such high wages, maybe we could have sold him down the line. Maybe we could have got rid of Marcus Rashford. But because of these high wages, it's scaring other teams off and they don't want to buy him at the end of the day. And my feeling is we should have sold him a year ago when he was hot and teams would have paid the money from him. I think we kept hold of him too long. Look, even Real Madrid, even big clubs sell their players. We just seem to hang on to players too long, in my opinion. We just hang on to them, and it's, you know, we shouldn't be hanging on them. We shouldn't be sentimental. Winning isn't about sentimentality. Winning is about being ruthless. And we have to be more ruthless, whether it's in front of goal, whether it's selling players, whatever it is, we have to be ruthless. Because if we're going to challenge the powers, right, we have to be ruthless, guys. We need to get him one more season chance. One more season for, he's not worse than Anthony. One thing about Anthony, he doesn't go on Belfast Springs and go partying before a game. That's one thing about Anthony, which I like. That is one thing. So both of them really are not good enough, in my opinion. If we want to challenge for the league, but it's a 2 different kettles of fish, in my opinion. Cohen, we've seen this, and now this season goes and ends. If you don't start Rashford, he's going to pout and down tools. Yeah. So if you're going to bench him, you might as well sell him tomorrow. Yeah, and the problem is though, no one goes in for him. No one's going in for him, my friend. And this is the problem. His wages are too astronomically high. Hayden, how you doing, my friend? We need to stop playing FC. Yes, this is Manchester United. The idea we won't get better players because we are developing a player, which is nonsense. Why run players into the ground? That's true, and that's exactly what I said. This is why I've been saying that we need a Tony up there. We need rotation. We need to keep players on their toes. Like, for example, Luke Shaw, right? He's never had competition, like true competition. Do you remember when Malacia signed for Manchester United? Luke Shaw's performances suddenly went up, didn't they? They suddenly went through the roof. Why? Because he had competition. You need competition in that squad, and we do. We got a small squad, and lots of players feel like, I don't need to play, you know. But to be honest with you, if we're honest, we played okay yesterday. We played some good stuff, but a lot of players went missing. Sancho, goodness me, he was awful. He was awful. Mount, awful. Rashford, awful. Missed chances. Got in the right positions, but missed chances. Well, but Mount and Sancho, for goodness sake, they were absolutely dreadful yesterday. I cannot fathom how we're gonna keep those players next season. We've got to do something to get rid of those players, mate. Honest to God, Mount, he needs to pick it up, mate. He needs to pick it up, mate. Because at the end of the day, 50 million we spent on that guy, and he doesn't do anything. He doesn't do anything. As for Sancho, goodness, this love affair between some of the fan base and Sancho, I don't know. This is a match made in hell, to be honest with you. Sancho is not the guy. He's not the guy to bring us forward. He's not the guy to win us games. As I said, I posted on Twitter a couple of days ago the team that played Brighton when Ten Hag first started at Manchester United, and Manchester United lost 2-1. Sancho was in that team, and you know, when you think about it, these players, I don't know how we're still in our books. How they're still in our books. We gave them so much wages, and this is the problem with Manchester United. It's the wages. It's the wages. We can't. I mean, Sancho's on like 350 grand a week. Who's going to pay that for him? You know, no one is going to pay that from him. And that means what's going to happen? He's not going to leave. And this is the thing. He's not going to leave. Yeah, Garrett, they're useless. At the end of the day, we need to think about the future. And hopefully with Ineos know that. And we have to really take it step back a little bit, because this ain't Ineos' fault. These players are at Manchester United are on astronomical wages. This is not their fault. This is Murto, Woodward, the Glazers doing. So they can't get rid of these players because of Murto, etc. These players, it's them at the end of the day. So, but with Ineos going forward, let's say in a year's time or so, when we've got a lot of players on their last year, have got their contracts, these players are going to be kicked out of the club. 100%, because Ineos won't take that. They won't take down tooling, they won't take bad performances at the end of the day. They were there yesterday. I hope they saw that Rashford performance. I hope they saw the Sancho Mount performance, because these performances were not good enough. We need more from our players. We need more from Mason Mount. If you're a midfielder in that Manchester United team, you need to do more, my friend. You need to do more. Sancho, you need to do more as a winger. You're playing on the left wing. You're emulating Ryan Giggs, for goodness sake. You know, who's played on the wing for Manchester United? Andre Kantelskis, Ryan Giggs, Lee Sharp. These type of players you're emulating, mate. Cristiano Ronaldo, you're emulating these players. Now you have to perform. We don't want any down performance, little soft performances that you're giving, little skill here and there. Mate, I can do little step overs and stuff. Do more. You're a £90 million player. Do more. You want to prove yourself, do more. For goodness sake, mate, I thought you would have practiced penalties after the England game. You know, I thought you would have practiced. Mate, that was rubbish, man. I'm telling you, rubbish. And I want more from our players at the end of the day. Sancho, Mount, Rashford, Anthony, 4 players that era. Mate, we got too much deadwood in there. We got too much deadwood at the end of the day. And look, at the end of the day, we need to shift these players, and hopefully Ineos can get rid of 1 or 2 at least, you know, because at the end of the day, we cannot keep carrying these players. Yesterday was a clue. Who is good, who is not. Who is good? Ahmad and Garnacho. Who's rubbish? Mount and Rashford. We could see for the players yesterday that they're just not good enough. Evans is finished. He's too old to be playing for Manchester United. Did you see that penalty? It's like he kicked the ball for the first time in his life. It was like he kicked the ball for the first time ever. For goodness sake, these people kick a ball since they were children. They've been kicking a ball. That guy leaned back. That guy was like, was it Fat Joe? Lean back. He leaned back so far that the ball was going to go over the bloody stadium, over the arch at Wembley. For goodness sake, what kind of penalty was that? But then again, you can say, oh, he's a defender. But listen, when we start playing football as a kid, we're not a defender, we're not a winger, we're not a striker. We just play football. We just kick a ball. Come on, mate. That was a terrible penalty. Absolutely awful. Got to improve. He's just going to cost us money and more, just like yesterday. He's so careless, Sancho. Sancho don't care, mate. He's a laid-back character. He's one of them people who blames everyone else but himself. Everyone is an issue apart from him, of course. That's the way he thinks. And at the end of the day, the Sancho SG are in the mud yesterday. At the end of the day, we've proven our point in regards to Sancho. Sancho has obviously proven that he's just not got the minerals to be a Manchester United player. Rashford is a confidence player. Once he loses the mentality, you lose him for the rest of the season. By benching him, he will be down another winger and get worse if Sancho is gone. Listen, at the end of the day, I don't care about Rashford's confidence. I don't care anymore about Rashford's confidence. I don't care about if he's crying in his car, whatever he's doing. I don't care. At the end of the day, Rashford needs to pick it up. This is Manchester United. Manchester United. You know, we cannot be carrying these players anymore. It's over with carrying players. We have to challenge Manchester City in the we have to aim at challenging Manchester City. We won 13 titles on Sir Ferguson. We put this Premier League on the map, right? We need to challenge. We're the best team, the biggest team, I should say, not the best. We're the biggest team in England, and we should be challenging for the Premier League title. We cannot carry players anymore. Their confidence is low. You know, they're sad. I don't care anymore. You're on 300 grand a week. Try working in the UAE in the 50-degree heat building houses, mate. Right? Try doing that. Stop talking about I'm so sad. I'm feeling down. I don't care, mate. Pick yourself up. Pick yourself up, bruv. You know, we're not into that. Ten Hag is going to start Rashford for that. I know, and Ten Hag, this is his downfall at the end of the day. Ten Hag needs to stop playing Rashford. He needs to stop it. I know that there might be pressure to play Rashford because of his wages and his PR. Of course, he has a great PR team, of course. So he might be pressured into it. But a strong manager, which I hope he is, will drop Rashford for the next game. And it will be Garnacho and Ahmad starting on the left and right of midfield. Garnacho looked brilliant when he came on. Garnacho looks like he's beefed up as well. It looks like he's got more strength. I'm really excited about Garnacho coming in next season. The only positive is that some of my mates in Nigeria are beginning to see pattern of play from Eric, and it gives me joy because yes, it was really good. Some of the play yesterday, you have to admit, some of the play we could have won 3 or 4-0, and no one would have argued. Yesterday, we had the best chances. We should have won the game and should have been ruthless. We will change Rashford. Mindset is going to, mate, he's 27. If you can't change him, a 27-year-old, mate, he's 27. At the end of the day, when you're 27 years old, you should know. You don't need Ruud van Nistelrooy to tell you, mate. At the end of the day, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Ruud van Nistelrooy was a unique striker, one that was a natural, gifted finisher. And Rashford would never be that at the end of the day. Rashford knows what he needs to do. He's played alongside Ibrahimovic. He's played alongside Cavani. Do you know what I'm saying? So these are seasoned strikers at the end of the day. If he hasn't learned from them, he's not going to learn off Ruud van Nistelrooy. At the end of the day, Rashford is Rashford. Rashford is up here. And I feel like we can't keep, we're not a psychiatrist organisation, you know. At the end of the day, we cannot keep carrying these players on 350 grand a week and they're not performing. And this is the whole issue. We don't have time for that anymore. We don't. This is why. And even Tony would be good to come in. Someone like that. Someone who don't give a toss, has no nonsense about him, and he just goes out there and plays without worrying and stuff. Did you see that penalty against Switzerland in the European Championships? If that was Rashford, he'd be thinking, oh my goodness, I'm thinking to my, oh my goodness. He just stepped up, boom, back of the net, calm as you like. And that's the sort of mentalities you need. You need that calmness, ruthlessness that Manchester United need. If we had an even Tony up front yesterday, we win the game. It's just simple as that, in my opinion. If we had any striker on the end of those chances, we win the game. I even feel like if Zirkzee played and he was given those chances, we win, I believe. I'm excited for Zirkzee as well. Let's not forget about Zirkzee. Disappointed he didn't play yesterday. Probably not fit enough, maybe. I'm not sure, but didn't get a minute of football. I would have brought him on at least with 2 minutes to go, at least to take a penalty. But Ten Hag decided against it, so we have to take that. Hopefully he'll be playing against Fulham and he'll make his debut against Fulham. Now, Manchester United have got 2 players coming in, so let's think about it positively. We've got De Ligt and Mazraoui, 45 plus 5 for De Ligt, 15 plus 5 for Mazraoui. So basically, initially we'll be paying only 50 million for the both. As I said on the show a few days ago, if you scroll back, we played 50 million for 2. So I said that a few days ago on the show. If you scroll back, there you go. Salsy's right again, my friends. Rah, rah, rah. There you go, and a double deal. So at the end of the day, it's good news in regards to transfers. We're going to bring some players in. Lots of players are coming in, and I believe that we'll bring a couple more in as well. I think it's not over. I think the transfer window still has a couple of weeks left, I believe. So a few players could be coming in. So lots of excitement to be happened. Of course, we lost the Charity Shield. Teams lose charity. We lost on penalties at the end of the day. In the past, it would have been shared, you know. So we move on, and we got Fulham on the first game of the season, and that is the most important game for me. Winning against Fulham, winning handsomely, and moving on and challenging up there in the top of the league, because that's what we need to do, guys. That's what the focus should be at the end of the day. Yes, there are players that do need to leave the club. Of course, there are players that need to leave the club, but at the moment, It looks like we have to make do with them at the moment and just swallow it and just get on with it at the moment. We know that they're not good enough. We know that some of our players are not good enough to challenge for the league. Lindelof, Maguire, Evans is not good enough. Do you know what I mean? Rashford is not good enough. Sancho's not good enough. You know, Mount is not good enough. These players are not good enough to challenge if you want to challenge for a title. At the end of the day, if we want to be where we want to be, where we should be, rightfully, we're Manchester United. We cannot carry players. We cannot become an agony aunt. We cannot be there like doing psychiatry in the middle of a football game because he's mentally not right. We need players who are mentally right. When you play for Manchester United, you need to be up there. You need to be clued on. And I don't dislike these players. I don't hate these players. I just want to win with Manchester United, and I believe we are the biggest club in the world who are not challenging for the title. We cannot carry anymore. We can't do that. And at the end of the day, I don't want to see any more chances missed next season, like against Fulham, like we saw against the Charity Shield yesterday. That is a sign of things to come. If we're missing chances like that, goodness me, we miss chances like that against Fulham and we get punished, it's not going to be funny. You know, because at the end of the day, we got a lot of fans, we got a lot of people, media, everything on Ten Hag's back. These missed chances, this is not Ten Hag's fault. You know, the only fault of Ten Hag is that he plays these players and he's putting them into the team. That's it. He should start with Garnacho, he start with Ahmad. We know that for many months. We know he should start with Garnacho, no, he should start with Ahmad. If there's a criticism of Ten Hag, it is he's biased against certain players. And that is true. He is biased against certain players. I was also disappointed that Amas did not play yesterday because we need a left back. It would have been great to give Harry Amas 10-20 minutes in the game. I would have liked to see him play. I don't believe he was injured. I don't believe so. Or suspended. I'm not too sure about that. But I would have liked to see him in the squad yesterday. I would have liked to see him in the first team squad. And got 20 minutes because we do need a left back and we do need cover left back. But Manchester United are after Hamaso and Kadioglu, which is good news, isn't it? It's good news. It's great news for Manchester United that we could get a left back in. We've got two mid defenders coming in. Hopefully we get Ugarte through the door. If we get Ugarte through the door, we have Casemiro and Ugarte, them two fighting it out for the place in that midfield. It'd be absolutely perfect for us on a 60-70 game season. We need a big squad, of course. We do need a big squad, guys. We need a massive squad. And also, in regards to up front, if we get a Tony, Evan Ferguson, that's a good window. And you have to admit, as a start, we can't do everything in one window, of course. That's a good start at the end of the day, a good start to the window, and I'll be excited for next season if that was the case. I'm excited now. I'm excited now because yesterday I saw some patterns of play, a style of play that was effective, that was dangerous. My only concern is, and I don't know what you think about this, guys, is that when we play against a Man City and Arsenal, we seem to play quite well going forward. But when we play against a low block team, that's where the issues come. Do you think that he's fixed this? Because at the end of the day, when we play Fulham are going to play the low block. They're going to counter-attack. Do we have the minerals and the know-how now to counter, to break the low block? This is the problem that we've been having over the last year or so. It's okay when we play Arsenal and Chelsea and all this, but we do need to work out how to defeat the low block. My opinion is when Sir Alex Ferguson used to play against the low block, and he used to do it a lot because teams used to come to Old Trafford and they used to sit back. It's press, relentless press, relentless, shoot, and just being positive. Stop passing the ball side to side. When you play against the low block, sometimes tactics don't need to be implemented like that. You don't need to play out from the back and that. When you play against a low block, it's relentless attack. A relentless attack. That's what you need to do. Not pass side to side, back and forth. You go forward and you attack them relentlessly and you try and get a goal. And once you got the first goal, you're more or less there. Roberto, how you doing? Welcome to the stream, my friend. Good to see you, my mate. Ugarte needed more. Casemiro rest will rock the midfield like yesterday. Ugarte is needed more, of course, because as you said there, very good point, Roberto, is that we cannot play Casemiro 60, 70 games a season, so we're going to need Ugarte. We're going to need rotation. And this is why I wanted a Zubimendi. I wanted that so we can rotate Mainu as well. You know, this is the thing. We do need rotation. We need a bigger squad. And of course, I believe that Ineos will get this squad cooking next season. I believe we'll have more players in next week and the week after, and it will be more positive in regards to the squad, because at the end of the day, we're playing an 11 and we're playing them every single game. Look at Bruno, game after game after game, wearing him to the ground. We need to think about this, you know, and we need to think about a squad. It doesn't mean that we're going to drop these players. It just means we need more rotation in there. We've got the League Cup, the FA Cup, the Europa League, and the Premier League. So we need a squad, and sometimes it's going to get difficult. Sometimes we're going to have injuries. Sometimes we're going to have suspensions. So we need a bigger squad. An absolutely good point, Roberto. Exactly. Ineos have to establish themselves in the market and remove the bad business strategies from John Murta, Ed Woodward, and Richard Arnold, and believe they will get there and believe they will get there. Us fans have to trust the process. Now, this is exactly a good point from Cohen, because at the end of the day, we've had 20 years of bringing this club through the mud. Murto, Woodward, Glazers and co have completely ruined our reputation in the transfer market. They've completely dragged us through the mud. They've completely made us look like a banter sort of club in regards to that. And now it's up to Ineos to rebuild that. It's going to take time to rebuild that. The structure of the club needs to change. Of course, it's changing already. Wages are not as high as they were. Zirkzee and Euro have not got high wages compared to other players in our squad. That is changing already. Now, that's one thing. In the transfer market, we need to build up our reputation again. There used to be a time when we were so good at transfers, it was like, click your fingers, there you go, Andy Cole through the door, who are you? It used to be like that. But at the end of the day now, it's like we have to rebuild our reputation, of course. Good morning, Chow. How you doing, my friend? How you doing, bro? Good to see you here. We played against Man City B team. But at the end of the day, you can say that, but at the end of the day, these are very, very good youngsters in their team. They actually had to bring on their youth team. We should have won 3 or 4-1, mate. We should have won the game 3 or 4-1. It's that I don't rate players as highly as we rate them. There's some players in our squad I don't rate, Chow. You know, I don't think they're as good as they think they are. And this is the thing, you know, and if we're playing these players week in, week out, and they're exposing themselves to what they really are, and that is the thing. They're not as good as they think they are, Chow. Some of them, you know, and that's the thing. We beat, by the way, Chow, don't forget we beat Man City, their first team, in the FA Cup final only a couple of months ago. Don't forget that, right? And we outplayed them. Don't forget that, right? And we should have won 3 or 4-1 yesterday. We should have won 3 or 4-1 yesterday. Good morning. Good morning, Stephanie. How you doing? Good to have you back. Good to see you. I hope you're doing very, very well. Don't forget to smash a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, guys. I'm on my way to 4,000 subscribers. We need to get to that number. 4,000 would be fantastic. Kevin, how you doing, Kevin? How you doing? Good to see you again, my friend. I'm Irish. Even Evan Ferguson, Brighton, good player. Evan Ferguson is a fantastic player, one of the best young players in the Premier League. If we signed him, I'd be absolutely delighted. He reminds me of a young Wayne Rooney somewhat. You know, he's a very good player. And I mean, but Brighton will obviously request a hefty transfer fee for Evan Ferguson. He would be worth at least 60, 70 million, maybe more. He obviously he's got a long contract. He's a young player. It'd be hard to get him out of the club. I think that is something we can look at in a year's time or something. We need to have a serious conversation about Rashford. Yes, Chow. If Eric Ten Hag continues picking his favourites, I can't back him up. Mate, Chow, this is something we agree on. I agree, absolutely agree, 100%. In regards to Rashford, shouldn't play first team football for Man United. He shouldn't be on the first. I mean, he shouldn't be the starter for Man United. In other words, he shouldn't be playing every single week. It should be Garnacho and Ahmad. We know it should be Garnacho and Ahmad. They are our 2 best wingers at the moment, in my opinion. Right? It should be those 2. Now, in regards to Rashford, Rashford has proven he can play. He's done it in previous seasons, but we cannot keep this inconsistency mentality at the club. We need something that is more consistent. If you're going to win, winning is about consistency in everything in life. You do it with everything. It's about consistency. You know, we do these streams. It's about consistency. Everything's consistency. You know, in life, and Rashford is not consistent, and I just can't believe we can't keep carrying anymore. And if I'm going to criticise Ten Hag, and I've got much love for Ten Hag, but if I'm going to criticise Ten Hag, it's this. Pick the players based on form, mate. Pick the players that are performing. Don't just pick players because of their PR or you're told to pick them or you're pressured to pick them. Pick the team that you believe is the best team. Doesn't matter how big Rashford is or what Rashford did in the past. Pick the team that you believe will win the game. Don't pick a team based on Rashford's people around him and his superstardom sort of mentality. You know, his superstardom sort of character that he has. He's undroppable. He's not undroppable. The only thing is, right, if he's going to pick up a sulk, if he's on the bench, if he's going to cry if he's on the bench, then he's not the right player to play for Manchester United. I cannot keep stressing this enough. We cannot keep carrying players. I like Rashford, right? When he came through, the burst through the scene and he played that game in the Europa League and then he played that game against Arsenal and he scored 2 goals. I was so excited because youth carries success. I'm a big advocate for youth at Manchester United because that's who we are, right? We made that in regards to everything, you know. So at the end of the day, I want Rashford to succeed, but we cannot keep carrying players as well at the same time. I don't think Rashford has progressed as we thought he would progress. I don't think he's as good as we thought he would become. I think he's regressed and he's regressing. Because as his pace dies down, remember, his biggest asset was his pace, but as his pace dies down, you're getting a less Rashford, in my opinion. But it's true, Chow. I do agree with you, mate. Ahmed and Garnacho have to start. Ten Hag is picking favourites. And as I just pointed out, Karina. Good morning, Karina. How you doing? I hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining the stream. Ahmed, I absolutely, wholeheartedly agree. Ahmed and Garnacho do need to start the game. If he doesn't start Ahmed and Garnacho next game, we have to start questioning favouritism. Because this Rashford is not performing and he hasn't performed for weeks and weeks and weeks. Right? And we have to now acknowledge this, that it's not working out with Rashford. Now, Garnacho comes on, he scores a goal. Ahmed, every time he gets the ball, he looks dangerous. We need to play those 2 wingers starting against Fulham. And if Rasmus is unfit, Zirkzee needs to start up front with Bruno behind Zirkzee. It's as simple as that. And that's the team that should play, in my opinion. You know, that's the team that should play. Stop doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. I know Rashford can produce. I know Rashford has got the ability to produce, but I just think he's regressing. I think mentally he's not there. And at the end of the day, we need to win next season. We need to win against Fulham, and we do. Donovan, do you think we need another striker? Yes, I do, Donovan. I think we need even Tony, someone who's a little bit more experienced in there, someone who's knows where the goal is, who can score goals, who's a presence, who's got a personality as well. I do believe that we do need another striker. I do. I absolutely wholeheartedly believe that we don't have goals in our team. And as proof yesterday, those chances Tony puts in the back of the net. If Tony was playing yesterday, we win 3 or 4-1. It's as simple as that, you know. And I mean, the chances we had were, that chance for McTominay, the chance for Rashford in the second half, the chance in the first half for Rashford, the chance where Ahmed got through and he passed it across when he should have shot. That's another one. It should have been about 3 or 4-1. Let's be honest, guys. Man City didn't have a prayer. They didn't have a chance, did they? Against Evans and Maguire as well. So that's good tactics from Ten Hag in regards to that. You can't say that's good tactics because Man City didn't really have a chance. They were holding on. Let's be real. 2 seasons ago, I've always enjoyed Garnacho off the bench more than the starter. He is like a battery pack with directness and fresh legs, especially when the team looks like dull and needs a good... That's a good point, Cohen, but Garnacho was good off the bench because he's young and he looked good off the bench. But now I see something different about Garnacho. He's more built, he's more ready to start the game. Young players are good when they come off the bench. You know, you drift them in, like Cristiano Ronaldo when he first came to Man United. So Alex Ferguson would bring him in the team, take him out of the team, bring him in the team. Garnacho is now developed into a first-team starter, I believe. And we need Garnacho in that team. I just think he makes things happen, and I think he can do it from the start now. I would start him against Fulham. If it doesn't work, then I'll bring on Rashford. I think Rashford's a good substitute to have as well, you know. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was a completely madman when he came off the bench. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer scored 4 goals once for coming off the bench. He's an absolute genius. He was a bench genius, but I don't think Rashford would be. I don't think Garnacho would be the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer at Man United. I think Rashford could be the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer at Man United if he wants to be. But I think Garnacho's ready to start. He's a starter for Argentina now. He's a brilliant player, and we should be starting our best players now. And Garnacho is one of our best players, if not our best player, along with Mainu, of course, those players. But let's not forget yesterday as well. Lots of these players are coming back from the Euros. Mainu was his first game back. Dalot was his first game back, of course, as well. So there's lots of players there that had. Bruno was his first game back as well. There's lots of players there that had their first game back from the Euros. So we have to remember that as well, that lots of these players are not match fit. I can't understand why Ten Hag doesn't use Zirkzee for even 15 minutes. Yeah, I was a bit confused by that. I thought he would have brought him on at least for the penalties, in regards to Zirkzee. He definitely would have buried one of those chances that Rashford had. Maybe there's something there. Maybe he's not quite ready. Maybe he didn't want to put him into a game like that. Maybe he didn't want him to take a penalty. Maybe if he missed a penalty, it would harm his career starting at Manchester United. But I would have liked to see him for at least 15-10 minutes. Yeah, definitely. It would have been nice to see him at the end of the day. I don't know why he didn't pick him. Ten Hag's like that sometimes. I mean, sometimes he's not predictable. That's a good thing, actually. Garnacho, left wing, Ahmed, right wing. They are not the future. They are the now. They are the now. They are the now, mate. Thank you very much, Alex. Well, good point. We can't wait no more. We can't have, let's wait till Rashford becomes good. Ahmed and Garnacho are Ryan Giggs and David Beckham. That's it. That's what we need to think now. Garnacho and Ahmed are Ryan Giggs and David Beckham. That's what we need to believe now. We need to believe that. And I believe they are. When Ahmed gets the ball, dangerous things happen. When Garnacho gets the ball, dangerous things happen. We need players like that. When this is Rashford, right? Rashford is he will hug the touchline. Rashford will hug the touchline. He'll get the ball. He'll pretend he's going to walk forward, but then he'll turn around and he'll pass it back. That's what Rashford does. Now, unless you boot the ball over the top, that's the only way Rashford has any chance of doing anything. But Rashford, as he gets older, his pace is getting lower. So he needs to have something more to his game. Now, if I bring you back, right, to Ryan Giggs. Ryan Giggs famously was a left winger, right? Bombing up and down the field, left, right, back, forth. The whole game, I was there at Old Trafford when he would run to tackle a player and run to the other side of the pitch to the attacking third. Now, as Ryan Giggs got older, he developed into a central midfielder because he had the ability and the technical ability to do that. Now, Rashford is all pace. He doesn't have that technical ability to move into midfield to do that. We need to think about now, which is Ahmed and Garnacho. If Rashford wants to stay and be on the bench, I accept it. That's great. We need him off the bench. That's great. We need him as an option. But is he going to accept that? This is the thing. And also, the pressure on Ten Hag must be immense from the board because Rashford is on 350 grand a week. And obviously, they cannot have an asset like that on the bench. But Ten Hag has to be strong. He has to be strong. I don't necessarily think Rashford is a Ten Hag favourite, but the club still has poster boy. He's one of them. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Ten Hag has to have the guts to drop one of the poster boys, for example. He needs to have the guts to drop him. This is about football matches, winning football matches. That's what we're in this for, is winning football matches. As we win football matches, PR will go up, money will go up. Do you know what I'm saying? Karina, Rashford's body language hasn't changed. He still looks unhappy playing football and it is affecting his team. As I said earlier on, mate, Karina, look, he's got the dream drop. He's playing for Manchester United, right? He should come. I live in the UAE, right? There's people out there building houses with heavy bricks in a 50-degree heat. This guy has it all. This guy is a lucky man. He's a lucky, lucky man. And he should appreciate that. Now, he needs to come here and I'll show him around. I'll show him about life, what life really is. And maybe he would change his mentality. Maybe he should go and work in a 9 to 5 or a 7 to 7 or night shifts for a week or so and learn about life. Because at the end of the day, he has got a privileged life. And he should be able to put in a shift for Manchester United for 90 minutes on the pitch. Come on, mate. Your life is wonderful. You're blessed. We cannot be carrying you guys anymore. You know what I mean? GM peeps, Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning. Any transfer rumours today? Alex, it was Delict and Mazraoui should be completed Monday or Tuesday, which is fantastic news. They should be through the door Monday or Tuesday. Also, Manchester United could have another signing by Friday. So we could have another signing almost completed by Friday. I hope it's Ugarte. It sounds like it could be Ugarte, but it could also be Humaso of Atletico Madrid. It could also be Kadioglu of Fenerbahce. So there are a lot of names being scattered about. So it's like this at the moment. It's up in the air. So which one is going to come down first and it's going to land? It's like a dart. It's like rolling the dice. Manchester United have a number of names that they're going after. So whoever comes through the door first, comes through the door first. The first players who are going to come through the door are Mazraoui and Delict. It looks pretty certain. And then obviously we've got a midfielder. And the surprise signing could be a striker. The surprise signing could be a striker. I'm saying even Tony. Some people are saying Evan Ferguson. If we sign one of those players, absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And it'd be a fantastic transfer window. As a first transfer window, of course, there's many more to come. I'm telling you, Rashford, like how we lost Martial and that brother got years left on his contract, over 600k, and went on the bench. Between him and Sancho is crazy. Yeah, mate, we can't be carrying these players anymore. This is the mentality that Ineos are trying to change. Ineos are trying to change this Martial mentality that's sitting on a wage and just sitting on the bench and not caring. Martial was fixed last season. We know he was fixed last season. He just didn't want to play. And we don't want that in the club anymore. And I think Ineos will not be handing out contracts anymore like they used to, like Murto and Woodward used to. Ineos are not going to be handing out any more contracts. That's pretty certain. If they don't perform this season, a lot of their heads are on the line. And that includes Rashford. We can't be carrying them anymore. We can't have, as you said, a Martial player on 600k a week, a Sancho player as well. Let me just read this one. Stephanie, Rashford should only be on the bench at best 300 pay. It's not happening, sadly. Yeah, because he's an asset. And this is the problem with these players who are an asset. There's pressure from the top that they were asked Ten Hag, why are you not playing Rashford? Why he's on 360 grand a week. Why are you not playing him? It's up to Ten Hag to be strong. It's up to Ten Hag to say, look, he's not performing. And he's right, you know, but at the end of the day, his proof is in the pudding. How strong is Ten Hag? Can he drop Rashford? Will he drop Rashford? Which is the question. 75 likes, guys. Thank you so much, Stephanie. Thank you, everyone. 75 likes. Let's get that to 100 before the end of the show. Please don't forget to subscribe. Please don't forget to smash a like, guys. Absolutely brilliant. Thank you all for joining me. It's Sunday morning. You guys are with me. Thank you so much. It was a disappointing result yesterday in regards to the penalties, but there were some positives in regards to the pattern of play. The start of the play was very good, in my opinion. We should have won 3 or 4-1, and that's where I'm worried about, is the ruthlessness. We need players who are going to be ruthless and put that ball in the back of the net. That's what we need. We don't need players missing, oh no, my mentality. We need players who goes there and just puts the ball in the back of the net. That's all we need, guys, and then we'll be all right. We'll be fine going forward. Now, I would play Ahmed, Zirkzee and Garnacho next game against Fulham. No doubt about it. That would be my front three. With Bruno behind them, of course, that would be my front three. I would change it. I'd be Ahmed, Garnacho and Zirkzee. That's what it's going to be. And then when Rasmus comes back, we can rotate Zirkzee with Rasmus as well. And even change the formation and play 2 up front and play both of them. It's good in a way that we got these players through the door, that we can rotate up front. Now, Rashford, I think, is becoming a little bit of an irritant to a lot of people, and we do need to, obviously, be kind, but also be ruthless. At the end of the day, we cannot carry Rashford anymore. He's 27, guys. 27. He's not 21, 22, 23. He's 27. We need to move on from that, guys. He should be at his peak now. Alan Shearer was banging in goals, 30, 40 goals a season at his age. Marco Owen was banging in goals at that age. You know, we need to do more, mate. We need to do more. But as I'm about to read now, Kevin, Christian Eriksen, Victor Lindelof need to leave the football club. News is that Victor Lindelof could leave the football club. Many teams are interested in Victor Lindelof, including Jose Mourinho at Fenerbahce. So hopefully we can get Victor Lindelof out the door as well. Obviously, a lot of players didn't play yesterday. A lot of players weren't even in the squad. Eriksen and Victor Lindelof do need to leave. I think their legs have gone, and I think we need younger, fresher players. I would even prefer the youth team to them players now, because at the end of the day, we need to think forward and we need to believe in the future, not these players who are slow. You know, we don't need slow players at the end of the day. That's the problem. That's the problem, guys. Stephanie, Have you any events on McTominay's transfer latest? Apologies if already discussed. Nothing at the moment, unfortunately. You know, McTominay's one of them anomalies where he doesn't move, does he? He just doesn't disappear. He's like a piece of meat stuck in between your teeth that just won't get out. Yeah, at the end of the day, McTominay has had interest from Fulham and Galatasaray, of course, as well. And it just seems like the player just wants to stay. He wants to fight for his place. We can't push a player out the door if they're contracted to Manchester United. And this is the sort of mentality that we have. He's not good enough. He's not good enough. And I hope that we do get rid of him down the line, because he represents everything that is wrong with Manchester United and the last 7-8 years. And I feel like he needs to be out the door now. And I think that he should move on to pastures new. Just like I felt like Rashford should move on as well. Rashford should also move on. Players are sticking around too long. I know they're on high contracts, but they need to think about their career as well. Rashford lost his place in the England squad, of course. Maguire's lost his place in the England squad because they're happy to sit down and just earn a wage. And that's not the mentality that we want at Old Trafford. We want players who want to play. We want players who want to win. I rate the players who have left. I congratulate them and I wish them all the best. If, for example, Aaron Wan-Bissaka should be going to West Ham next week. And of course, Kamwala, who could have got a higher wage at Manchester United but decided to move to Villarreal because he wants to win. He has the mentality to win, you know? And I love players like that who want to win, who don't want to just sit on a wage and just earn money. We were badly run for so many years. It's going to take time to fix this mess, to be honest with you, honestly. I'd be gobsmacked if Maguire gets sold to Juventus. Lindelof and McTominay seem more likely. Hopefully PSG actually put a bid in for Sancho. I mean, it's all up in the air at the moment in regards to players out. Players out are more harder than players in at the moment. It's harder to get rid of players than it is to get players in. It's almost like the impossible job. Because with the players going out, the ball is in their court. They decide if they want to leave because they're on contracts. And they're the ones who decide, well, I've got 300,000 a week. I'm not going to go to a Juve and earn 150 grand a week because I want to stay here at Man United and earn this money. This is the problem that we have at Man United at the moment, is this mercenary mentality that we need to get rid of. And Murto and Woodward and the Glazers have created this mercenary mentality that they're not interested in football. They're interested in a lifestyle. They're not interested in Manchester United. They're interested in Manchester United's lifestyle. They're not interested in Manchester United as winning on the pitch. They're interested in the Manchester United lifestyle, the social media, the wages, the media, the sponsorship deals, the media, everything that goes on top of playing for Manchester United, the fan base. You know, as soon as you sign for Man United, your Twitter followers, your Instagram followers double, quadruple. Like, for goodness sake, if Manchester United signed me, I would have right now 100,000 people online right now. That's how big Manchester United are. Right, how big you are. But you know what? It's about quality over quantity, isn't it? Thought we played well yesterday. Should have been out of sight though, especially against them. Had a go there. Thank you, Sam 987. Absolutely, we played well yesterday, and it's not all doom and gloom. I felt we should have won 3 or 4-1 yesterday, and that's where the frustration comes in, you know, because there was the Ahmad chance, there was the first half Rashford chance, there was the Rashford chance in the second half, and there was the McTominay chance. So Man United should have scored at least 3 goals. Man United should have won 3 or 4-1, in my opinion, 100%. I was positive about the Salah play though. If we play like that, we'll win a lot of games, definitely. But the problem is we do play like that against teams that attack us. We need to play like that against low block teams as well. We need to create chances against low block teams. We seem to struggle against low block teams. Stephanie, Bruno's set piece taking is still concerning. Yeah, me penalties aside, he's poor. We need to mix it up. I agree. We do need to mix it up with the free kicks. Our free kicks have been poor for a while now. Bruno seems to hit the first man a lot. He doesn't seem to get the free kicks right. We need to sort that out quickly, because Man United over the history, we won league titles on set pieces, guys. We've won Champions Leagues on set pieces, on corners. 2 goals in 1999. We've won Champions Leagues on set pieces. We need to improve our set pieces 100%. 81 likes, Stephanie. Thank you so much. Let's get that to 100. Come on, guys. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. You guys are amazing. That McTominay should have not missed that goal. You see, with a world-class player and an average player, you see, they're prepared for every scenario. McTominay was prepared for one side only. He wasn't prepared for the other foot. You see, a great player would be prepared for both feet, and he would have put that in the back of the net, or controlled it, composed himself, and placed it into the net. We should have won that game 3 or 4-1 yesterday. Let's not argue about it. You know, let's not deny that we should have won that game easily yesterday. Sadly, we didn't. We lost on penalties, but it's our own fault because we didn't take our chances, did we? It's us who missed the chances, and it was those same players, of course, those same players. Bernardo shouldn't have scored a goal. Pellistri was taller than him. Yeah, but what's Pellistri doing defending at the end of the day? This is one of the odd substitutions that happened yesterday. I was surprised that Bernardo Silva won that header. It was a difficult header as well. But if we had a natural defender in there, he wouldn't have got that ball. It was a bad substitution to make. He shouldn't have been in that position in the first place. I don't know why he was in that position. He shouldn't have been marking Bernardo Silva. Pellistri is short as well. You know, we should have had a defender in there marking Bernardo Silva. It shouldn't have been Pellistri, of all people, marking. He's the last person you would put on attacking player in defence. He's not a defender, is he? It was a crazy one, to be honest, a substitute of Pellistri. I was a bit baffled by that, if I'm being totally honest. I would have just kept the back four as it was. I don't think I would have substituted Pellistri on. I don't know why he done that. And if you're going to do that, play him in attack. Anyhow, it was an undeserved we lost. Yeah, that's how football is. Football's like that. England won on penalties against Switzerland in the Euros. You know, they deserve to lose that game, and it happens sometimes, you know, it happens sometimes. Solanke should have scored yesterday. Solanke should have scored yesterday. Good by Spurs, even at 65 minutes. Yeah, he's a goal scorer. I've always felt that Solanke is highly underrated. He was a very good player as a kid. He won the European Championships, wasn't it, with England under 16s or something like that. He won. So he's always been a goal scorer. He's always been good. He was good at Liverpool. I think Liverpool had him, and they didn't play him, did they? Liverpool didn't develop him as they should have. He's a good player. He is a good player, and Spurs will be rewarded with that. It's a lot of money, 65 million. 10 more million, you could have got even Tony. I think we should get an even Tony in there. That would be good, wouldn't it? We'll have a proper striker up there. Experience. Onana should have saved against Haaland with his antics. I don't like this Onana thing where you're going like that. I don't like that. Why are you doing that to yourself? Why are you doing that? It doesn't work. If you do that, right, let me tell you a story, right? If you do that, better save it. Because if you don't save it, you lose the penalty shootout mentally. Because you get made to look like a prat, right? If you do that, make sure you save it. Don't do that and let it in, because you look stupid. And then you end up like in the mentality wise, oh, they get the confidence, you know, they get that little bit of edge in regards to the penalty shootout. And that's what happened. Exactly. Do you think Wheatley will get a loan? I think he should go on loan. I would like him to go on loan to a Premier League club, if I'm honest with you, because I would like to see how good he's big for his age, isn't he? He's huge. I like to see him play in the Premier League. I think he'd do well at a team like Crystal Palace or something. It would be great if he can get a loan there. It does not work, but not against the City. It does work, but not. But I just feel like the risk is, Sniper Man. The risk is if he scores, you look stupid. That's the thing with that. Doing that, if you score, you look a bit like a Wally. And that's the problem, I think, you know, with that. You have to be professional, you have to be respectful in regards to penalty shootouts, because it can go either way at the end of the day. He will try this again and say, hopefully, Sniper Man, hopefully we won't have any penalties again. Hopefully we win games in 90 minutes. I'm tired of penalties, guys. I'm really tired of penalties. Bayinda should start. Bayinda deserves more chances in the team. I agree. He does deserve more chances. Hopefully he gets a chance in the League Cup and the FA Cup and the Europa League. Hopefully he gets that. Do you remember when Jose Mourinho was manager and he used to put Romero in goal? And Romero was probably the best substitute goalkeeper in the world, of course. Yeah, he is taller. Exactly. I did like that Georgian goalkeeper though, Mamarasdishvili, isn't it? Mamarasdishvili. I do like him. I thought he's a brilliant goalkeeper. I thought we could have bought him, but obviously he would go for 30 or million. He was probably one of the best players in the tournament of the European Championships. Grandpa Evans should never take a pen, mate. As I said earlier, Evans leaned so far back. I thought it was Fat Joe leaning back. He was leaning back so far that I knew that ball was going to go over the arches at Wembley. It was an absolute dreadful penalty. But where was Rashford? Where was all the other players who taken the pen? Where was all the strikers? What's going on? Come on. Like, you know, Pep definitely targeted our flanks yesterday. Hopefully our fullback situation gets strengthened. Masarui coming in, but more including Cummins likely to happen. Yes, I believe that there will be more defenders coming in. There will be, hopefully, there'll be Hermaso and there will be Kadioglu. Hopefully one of those two will be coming through the door. We got Mazarui, we got Delit coming, and obviously we got Amas coming in as well from the youth. I was disappointed I didn't see, as I said, I was disappointed I didn't see Harry Amas yesterday. I would have liked to see Harry Amas yesterday play some minutes, of course. I would have liked him to play a little bit of time. Aces likes, thank you, Stephanie. Big up everyone in the chats. Big up, you are all legends. Love you all. Thank you so much. We shouldn't have played Penn if we took our chances yesterday. Yeah, it should have been 3 or 4-1, Desmond. Good morning. It should have been 3 or 4-1. There weren't chances. There were big chances to win the game. Easy chances to win the game. If we had a prolific striker, we would have won the game 3 or 4-1. Easily. For example, if Ruud van Nistelrooy was playing yesterday, 3 or 4-1. But I don't know why Ten Hag is backing Sancho, but saying he is very good on pens and he will take future pens. No, he's not good on pens. He's missed 1 for England and now he's missed 1 for Man United. He's not. I've seen him take 3 penalties, scored 1, Luke missed 2. He's not good enough on pens. I mean, Matt Letizia missed 1 pen in his whole career in 25 years of football. He's not good at pens, and we have to admit that. And he shouldn't be taking pens ever again. You know, that penalty you get for England against Italy in the European Championship final in 2021 was awful. You know, we cannot big up. The one thing with Ten Hag, right? Don't trust everything Ten Hag says, because he praises players, but then he'll drop them the next game. You know, he doesn't let anything loose in regards to that. Please, will Amrabat is coming back to United? I hope so, mate. We need Amrabat in that team. Yesterday we missed Amrabat, didn't we? We did at the end of the day, and it's all up in the air. It depends what happens with our midfield situation. Manchester United are still in for Ugarte, of course, and they're still in for a midfielder, Sanderberg, as well. So if it's not one of those two, Amrabat should be in. Amrabat should be in anyway. I feel like we should buy 2 central midfielders, because obviously Casemiro cannot play every game, and obviously Mainu cannot play every game. So we need 2 midfielders in there, in my opinion, guys. You've been brilliant. It's been amazing. Thank you so much, guys, on this Sunday. Thank you for joining me. Forget about the game yesterday. Morning, guys. Morning, Mark. How you doing, my friend? I hope you're doing well. Just been discussing yesterday's game and been discussing the transfers that should happen next week. Lots of news going to be happening as we speak, of course. So I could be joining you if anything breaks today. But I'll be back later on for Chatterbox. Guys, you've been absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much for joining me today. Sniper Man, when will the Chatterbox today? 2 p.m. UK time, 3 p.m. Central European time, 5 p.m. Middle Eastern time for me. So 5 hours behind if it's in America. Sell Sancho or Rashford to PSG, unlock Ugarte deal and get Amrabat in as well. Stephanie, I wish you were on the board, my friend. I wish you were on the board. I really do, because at the end of the day, you speak the truth. You speak the gospel. You speak, praise the Lord. You're preaching to the choir right now. You praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. It's Sunday. You're preaching to the choir. Sell Sancho, not Rashford. They need to go. Both of them. Good morning, Randy. How you doing, my friend? I hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining me this morning on the show. Thank you so much for joining me on the early show. About to wrap up the show, but it's great to have you guys here. Thank you so much for joining me. You're absolute legends. Absolute legends. I'll be back for Chatterbox, 2 o'clock UK time. It's 3 o'clock Central European time, 5 o'clock Middle Eastern time. And obviously, wherever you are, if you are in America, it's 5 hours behind if you're in New York, in America. See, I'm getting good at this. Mark, Rashford got much gift, you know. Let's hope so, mate. Let's hope so. Rashford not got much to give for Man United. He's got to give a lot more. At the moment, he's like a dilemma at the moment. So have a good day, everyone. You guys, absolute legends, absolute brilliant people. Thank you so much. I'll be back later on. Hit the likes, guys. I'm near 100. Subscribe, like, comment. Thank you so much, Stephanie. Absolute legends. We're rising to the top. We're aiming for the top, guys. We're aiming for the top, and we're gonna take down the powers that be, guys. Ciao. Arrivederci. You all have a great day, guys. I'll see you later on Chatterbox. Enjoy your day. Have a fantastic Sunday. Peace.